talk about antennas. The current plan is to use portable verticals for everything but the main rig. The main phone rig will be on a military mast, the 4-foot aluminum pipes that go up on a tripod. It will be guyed. I can get it up to 40 feet. We're not putting up a tower. It's too risky on new environment with a bunch of people who have never done that tower before to raise the generator's tower.
Generator's tower is not
Functional.
functional.
Then
It's
eliminate
just
that option
sections
anyway.
of tower stored on the tower.
Okay.
And anybody messes with it, they get to take it home.
Okay. Lucian, you were frowning. Did you have a comment?
No, I
Okay.
just my
That's your resting face?
resting.
Got it.
It's his war face.
Okay, before I go to Bill Underwood as our liaison, does anybody have any questions or need more information about what I've said so far? Yes?
I'm not sure, I don't know anything about the building. Can you put anything on top of the building? As
No.
far as that? No. that is-
State property. Goes back to state property. That's a good, we thought about that though. So, now, for things that deal with Terry's safety issue, the projected temperature for next Saturday is 100 degrees without the heat index. Okay, there will be plenty of,
There'll be a safety briefing covering that prior to the start.
right, there will be plenty of water. I will have several cases of bottled water out there. Help yourself. We don't want anybody to have heat stroke or heat exhaustion.
Does anyone have access to one of them big white coolers? Or several, I would recommend icing as much water.
Keep in
as
mind,
possible.
there is an ice machine in the student lounge, will be.
I understand,
Yeah.
but you want the water cold
No.
before you drink it. Drinking warm water is nice, but to cool off helps cold water.
So, I see several hats out in the club. I would recommend very highly loose clothing, hats, sunscreen if you burn easy,
Light colored clothing.
light colored clothing. I will be in a long sleeve shirt, believe it or not. I've thrown enough hay and been outside enough. That works best for me. Stay hydrated. If you have to sit down, go sit down. In the past, we have had people get over hot. So watch your coworkers, watch your friends. If they start stumbling, if they look confused, if they flush, if they quit sweating, get them into the shade and get a hold of Terry, because that's a heat condition that needs to be addressed before serious injury occurs. Okay? With the heat index, it's probably going to be equivalent to 107 to 112. So I see nods, everybody's hearing me? Okay, yes, sir.
The room we are using, the building we are using is air conditioned. We will be operating in air conditioned conditions.
Yeah.
It's only when we're outside putting up antennas, stringing wires, doing jumping jacks, whatever it is we do outside, that we'll have to worry too much about the heat.
At those temperatures.
The good news is if you do something stupid and you get hurt, the emergency room's only 3 blocks away. However, knowing the ambulance system, that's a 30-minute ride. So, Rick. Then,
Is there, as far as time limit, is there time that we have to, I mean, with ARRL field day rules, is there time that we have to put the antennas up?
that's why we're getting there early in the morning.
Okay.
We will, the antennas won't take very long. I don't know if you've ever erected one of those portable verticals. Mine takes about 10 minutes, and that includes hooking it to the radio. Putting up the mast will take a little bit longer. I would ask for a volunteer or two to help me do that, just because I don't like it falling on my head. And it will have guy wires on the mast, so it won't go anywhere once we get it up. I've tried guying it with the G5RV wires for the antenna. Works great, except you can't turn the dipole once you guy it up. So we're going to be changing that. But anyway, Matt.
One thing that's going to be really important is having people for tear down. It's gonna be hot, it's gonna be from 1 till about 3 in the afternoon, the hottest part. If nothing else, get as many people come out to help tear down safely and quickly, because it's gonna be hot, and in the past, we've had very few people show up for the tear down.
Yeah.
And it's been really a problem.
Speaking of tear down, mark your cables. If you're setting up a radio or you're stringing cables, put some kind of identifier on them. I've got enough cables, I don't want any more. Rich?
What about if we just leave it there and come back like 7 or 7:30 in the evening, and then take the antennas down?
We have not discussed that. I don't know if that's an option or not.
We want cooler.
It was not much cooler.
So-
It won't start cooling down till 10 o'clock.
With my portable antenna, I have the equivalent in Alpha. I think it's called the Champion. It's up and down in 10 minutes. So the military mast will be a little bit longer, but I'll have gloves because those 4-foot aluminum sections get bloody hot. So
And if they're fiberglass.
no, mine are all aluminum,
Yeah,
stronger.
if they're fiberglass, they'll
Yeah.
shed fiber into your
So
skin.
any questions about antennas?
I'm gonna say, there'll be somebody there 24 hours a day making rounds, so for security mostly the equipment. I don't wanna be there till 7 o'clock.
Okay. Terry is our safety officer. He will be walking around watching and monitoring people and things. He has the authority to stop anything that he considers unsafe, in his own opinion. Don't argue with him. Okay? Anything else on this? We want to have fun, guys. This is our first really big one in a couple of years, and I'd like to see it go off enjoyable and fun. So, Kyle, are you going to be able to make it?
I'm stuck being on call that weekend, so I have no idea.
Okay.
Pretty deep or,
If you know CW, Ed would probably like a chance to rest his fingers. If you know CW and you want to operate CW, see Ed. He's got the brightly colored shirt on. Okay, going forward.